Alright, so the new Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem trailer has just dropped. This is our first time seeing the Turtles in action, as well as some other characters, and we're going to go ahead and break this all down. If you're new to the channel, remember to hit subscribe. All we talk about on here is old, new, and upcoming Turtle stuff, and you're not going to want to miss any of these updates. Now, when the trailer starts off, we get a cool overview of New York City. We get a credit that says, "From permanent teenager Seth Rogen," and all the while you have this jingle in the background that's playing on piano that kind of sounds like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song, the one from the 80s cartoon. Then it says a new generation of heroes will rise straight from the sewer. All the while we're getting more looks at the city and the art style of this movie. Then it pans down to a manhole cover and boom, the cover goes flying off and we see all four Ninja Turtles jumping out as they head for some rooftops. We see that Raphael is holding one of Leonardo's swords as he's trying to get Michelangelo to throw a watermelon at him so that he could practice cutting it. While this is all going on, we see that Donatello is recording on his phone. Mikey throws the watermelon and Raphael cuts it in half as he falls to the ground. Michelangelo and Donatello celebrate as they captured it all on film. Raphael joins Mikey and Donnie at looking at the footage as he says, "Let's try it again, but this time with ninja stars." And we get a really good look at them here, and they're really charming. I think that's probably the best way to put it. I'll do a separate video doing a design breakdown, but yeah, these guys have charm for sure. The Turtles set up for their second attempt as Michelangelo holds another watermelon over his head as Raphael prepares to throw a ninja star at it. You could tell Michelangelo is a bit worried as he tries to convince Raphael that this maybe isn't a good idea. Raphael tells him to stop talking, that he'll break his concentration. Donatello here tells Michelangelo that he's fine to chill. You get a good sense for how the brothers will be interacting with each other in this sequence here, and it's pretty funny. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's here where we get our first look at Leonardo, who is sitting in the background with his arms crossed. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants to be training or something, while the other three brothers want to just have fun right now. Raphael throws the ninja star and it goes through the watermelon and off the rooftop, where we eventually hear it crash into something as alarms go off and you hear people yelling. This is when Leo gets up and runs over to see what it was that they hit. As he's running up to see what it is, you can see Raphael in the background and he has his hands open and his face like, what? It's not that big a deal. So just from the little we saw in this little part here, I can already tell at least how a little bit of their dynamic is going to be. As they look over the edge of the building to see what they hit, they're not really seeing anything. So Raphael says that there's nothing really that they can do. So they're going to just go get some pizza. Then we get those cool shots that we got from the teaser with all the turtles getting their weapons ready. But at the end of it, we get a new shot we hadn't gotten before, and that is Splinter getting his weapon ready. And there you go. That is our first look at Splinter in this new Turtles movie universe. And he has a mullet, which looks hilarious. He looks like the guy from Eastbound and Down. We get a little bit of a look at their den here too as well. You can see the background. There seems to be like this platform of some sort, and then you see lights running along the walls. And then you see an old school phone booth, and you see some tunnels as well in the background. Our next shot has Raphael. He kicks the door open and he goes into what looks like some type of a workshop. The rest of the turtles follow in after him when all of a sudden they see that there's three humans in there. Everybody stops and looks at each other. One of the guys asks, "What the heck are those things?" And then the bigger one says, "They almost look like little Shreks to me." Then we get some quick shots here of them looking like they're fighting in that shop. We have this shot here of Raphael grabbing a different human and throwing them. And then we have this shot here of Michelangelo and Donatello standing back to back as a car does donuts around them. Then it cuts over to a different shot of some feet hitting the ground, and we see that it's Bebop and Rocksteady. So there you go. There's our first look at Bebop and Rocksteady in this universe. And they look inspired by the classic Bebop and Rocksteady designs, although Rocksteady is huge. I don't know if it's just the angle here, but he looks massive. Bebop has a boombox over his shoulder, and it's kind of hard to tell what location they're in. The next shot here, we see April's eyes, and then it cuts over to baby Ninja Turtles as they're practicing their martial arts. This will probably be a flashback, or maybe there'll be a quick telling of their origin at the beginning of the movie. People are gonna love these baby turtles here. And then it cuts over to Raphael and Leonardo sliding down some lights as Donatello and Michelangelo follow them. You hear one of the turtles, I believe it's Leonardo, say, "We've prepared our whole life for this," as it cuts quickly to another shot of what looks like an armored vehicle being chased by some police officers and then flying up into the air. Then we get some more shots of the turtles back in that garage, and you see Raphael getting launched into the air. Maybe somebody kicked him or pushed him. He falls down to the ground as his brothers look on. Raphael's weapons hit the ground and go flying, hitting a car, bouncing off a toolbox, then hitting some tires, and then eventually landing, or should I say stabbing, Donatello's thigh. You see the look of shock on Donatello's face as it hits him, and he begins screaming. Leo looks on as he yells, "Oh my God." This part was very humorous, reminded me of the scene from Ace Ventura 2. Leo here says he's gonna be sick, but then Michelangelo says, "Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?" And just as Leo looks over to him, we see that one of Raphael's weapons must have hit some type of pressurized can, because that can is now flying through the air and it comes straight towards the screen, and then it cuts over to the Mutant Mayhem logo. Now after the logo, we get another scene and we see that now the Turtles and April are on a rooftop, and you see a big sign that's lit up that says "The Laird," a cool Easter egg for co-creator of the Ninja Turtles, Peter Laird. And here we have April talking to the Ninja Turtles. It seems like they just met, so it doesn't look like they know each other before the movie starts. They've told her their origins, and she's been taking notes the whole time. Maybe a hint that this version is going to have some type of journalism reporter background like other versions of April. She's going back to her notes and asking if all that she wrote down is correct, that they were once baby turtles, and that they made contact with a mystery goo, which then they correct her and they say, we call it ooze. And you get a nice little comedy bit here of them saying that it just rolls off the tongue better. And that's it. You get a list of the cast, which we already broke down in a separate video. Go check that out if you haven't. And you get the only in theaters August 2023. So that's it. That's my breakdown of the first Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem trailer. I can't wait to see what else they have to show in future trailers and promo stuff. I'm definitely going to cover it all. So if you want to catch all that, make sure to hit subscribe and not miss a thing. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of the new trailer? What are some parts that stood out to you the most? I can't wait to talk about the designs. I want to do a full design breakdown of the turtles. Make sure to catch that. That'll be up here shortly. But thanks everybody for watching. Follow on all the socials. Links are down below in the description, and I will see you guys in a little bit with another video. Take care.
Armed.